Welcome to Innovative Activities and Community Involvement. My name is Nicole Pagano, and I'm the Director of Family Support Services here at ADAPT Community Network. Thank you for joining us. Today's session is sponsored by GNET Construction. GNET Construction is a leader in the renovation and alteration of commercial, residential, and industrial buildings. In this session, you will learn about ADAPT Community Network's diverse array of innovative activities for people with varied abilities. This presentation will provide an overview of courses and events which take place in ADAPT locations, including New York City and surrounding areas. We were able to successfully recreate our curriculum and events into a virtual platform, which provides the people supported and their families continued programming and the ability to stay connected. It's my pleasure to introduce our presenters from ADAPT Community Network. Peter Cobb, our Director of Community Outreach, Shanice Frank, Program Coordinator of Community Outreach, and Noemi Rodriguez, person supported by ADAPT Community Network. We hope you enjoy the webinar and take away some useful information for you and your family. Please don't forget to fill out our survey on our main page. Thank you.
To our presentation, I'm Peter Cobb, the Director of Community Outreach with ADAPT Community Network. Naomi?
My name is Naomi Rodriguez, and I attend ADAPT Community Network, the Day Have program.
Hi everyone, my name is Shanice Frank, and I'm the Program Coordinator of Community Outreach. Yeah, so we're gonna jump into the presentation.
So we have a variety of, a team of almost 40 specialists who work in a variety of areas, art, digital arts, graphic arts, crafts, media arts, including film, photography. We've got music, we have a theater department, education, cooking and computers. We have people who are experts in sign language to help some of the people we support communicate. And we recently branched out into LGBTQ and allies groups and a long history of health and wellness and aquatics. We do have an indoor heated pool that's open year round and helps people get into the water all 12 months.
So right now we're virtual, but here are some things that we've done in the past.
So currently we are safely and carefully getting back out into the community. We're providing travel training, which in the past was a little bit more focused on how to get from point A to point B, but now it's focused on how to access even your neighborhood safely. Wearing masks, using hand sanitizer, all of those types of things. We also today, I will say, even though this is pre-recorded and we're back in September when you're seeing this recording, we do have people doing art in the Brooklyn Botanical Garden, and we're starting to get back in the community, but it does look different than it has in the past.
Yeah, so another one of our offerings is art and media arts, and we have weekly art. We used to have weekly art at Poe Park up in the Bronx. We had an art mentorship program at PS 175, where some of the people we supported, along with one of our art specialists, Natalie, used to go to PS 175 and teach the younger grades art classes. We also have a bilingual art history program with one of our art specialists as well, Joyce. Again, along with some of the people we support, they taught art history classes to seniors at the High Bridge Senior Center.
And we're getting that started again as we speak, but it's going to be virtual for now.
Right.
The Senior Center hasn't been doing as much virtual programming, but we're helping them get that started.
Mm-hmm. We also had a craft program that we did at Exceed Charter School in Brooklyn. Our craft specialist, Taniqua, taught that along with some of the people we support co-teaching to lower grades at that Exceed Charter School. We had a jewelry making night at 5030 Broadway, where we would invite members of the community to come in and have a night of jewelry making along with the people we support, really just building community. And we also have a self-generated and illustrated comic book called The Adaptables.
This piece, it's a digitally created art piece. One of our artists who lives up in the Bronx created that with one of our art specialists, Natalie, who years ago really got us started with a digital art program. The one that we use is called Art Rage, and it's used for the comic book, but in this case, the Metropolitan Museum had a 30 years of the ADA art contest, and Natalie and Nishwani worked together to create this piece, and it was featured on the front page of the Metropolitan Museum's website during July, celebrating the 30 years of the ADA.
Absolutely. So another thing that we've been doing during this time is continuing to offer art instruction in our residences. So our art specialist, Mercy, has been going to one of our locations here in Brooklyn and teaching art classes. Part of that was they made signs for our virtual Pride Parade, as you can see with the picture here on the right. One of the people we support, along with the sign that she made for Disability Pride.
And what we have here is a video that at the beginning of the pandemic, one of our craft specialists, Taniqua, made, which is featured on our ADAPT YouTube channel, that shows you a craft activity that you can go at home. Another area that's very important to the people that we work with is education. We've done a variety of different activities in education, both at our locations and in the public. A few people in recent years have actually accomplished a life goal, and they've got past their high school equivalency. See a picture right there. Another popular activity is disability studies. And Naomi has actually participated in our disability studies class for the last couple years since it has been in effect. And she's going to tell you a little bit about what that's meant to her. So go ahead, Naomi.
It's mean a lot to me because they have teach me a lot of things that I didn't know in the past, and I mean, I love that I know more now than before, and I love the classes, and it showed me to do other things that I wanted to do, and basically other activities and other virtual things that I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Naomi. And with education,
Sure.
we work with everyone. Some people, as I said, are at the point where they're now applying for and enrolling in college. Other people are learning more very basic reading, math, history type skills. But the people that we have that are education specialists are highly trained teachers, and they do a fantastic job moving everyone's educational goals forward.
Absolutely.
And in this day and age, where we can't be in person as much, and we can't have our buildings that are full and bustling, and with more traditional education classes, we are doing virtual education.
One of the classes that I'm in, which is disability all around the world, it talks about how do we think about our disability, how do we carry it, how do we feel about it, and the things that we're doing with the specialists, it shows more of myself, and it shows me to do other things that I never tried before.
Okay, yeah, so we have a number of various clubs, including mental health and wellness, LGBTQ clubs, which you saw earlier in the presentation, where people were at the Harlem Pride Parade last year. We have folks that go to an ASL Slam that happens at the Nuyorican Poets Cafe. There's also Sip and Sign, which is a collaboration with Starbucks, where folks go and just have a cup of coffee, have a frappuccino, whatever it may be, and sign and just be in community with one another. We have deaf culture series. We have book clubs in all of our boroughs at our different programs. We have Art Explorers Club, which Naomi is used to be very involved with, which is just going to a different museum or gallery each month and exploring that. We also have a Comic Creators Club that I spoke about earlier, but here are some more Comic-Con pictures. And we have our newest club, which is a Black Lives Matter club.
Over the years, we've also done a lot of adaptive health and wellness activities. I think the first one that we actually did was rowing, and that was in Flushing Meadows Park in Queens. But since then, we've done just about everything you can imagine. We've had people skiing and swimming and bobsledding, adaptive skiing, horseback riding. One of the things that's an event that's always very popular is surfing, and that is another thing that Naomi has tried. So why don't you give us a little what that was like?
It was my first experience. I was a little bit off the edge about it, but then I got used to it, and it got fun. The trips are fun, and I like to go to trips like that. It's nice things to do. It was my first experience, and it's good to have a good experience.
Yep, and this is another type of activity we're getting back to. We do have upcoming scheduled adaptive water skiing trip that will be taking place, and we've looked into it thoroughly, and the water skiing company is taking all precautions to make sure that all of the equipment is sanitized between people using it, people are maintaining social distancing, and we have a lot of people who are really excited about getting back to these adaptive activities.
Absolutely. So something else that we've been doing, much like the craft video that you watched earlier, is we also have on our YouTube channel uploaded fitness videos that people can access at any time while they're at home and, get some exercise in. So
we also want people to really be able to learn about the past and learn about how we've got here. So we've done a wide variety of things, both at our locations and out in the community. It's been just different cultural awareness and history of culture, disability history. Right now we're looking at History is Now, which is a project that we're doing on basically, these are historic times, but also delving into the past and looking how we got here. We've got a lot of interest in Black history, so we're exploring that in virtual classes. The Times They Are Changing is a discussion group.
Yeah, so we also have a number of music offerings. We have music production, the art of sampling, songwriting, music group. And the pictures that you're seeing here on the right are from last summer, where we really took advantage of the Brick Arts program that has free concerts in the summer at Prospect Park Bandshell. So you can see here some of the people we support, along with our music specialist, Jessie, enjoying a concert in the park. And Naomi, this was also at this event. Naomi, do you want to talk about that?
Yes.
What your experience was like?
Yes, that was my first experience, my first concert. I loved it, and I mean, it was amazing. I'd never been to a concert, and when I first went to the concert, I didn't want to leave the concert. I wanted to keep on seeing the other concerts.
Absolutely.
And when I first went to the concert, I mean, I just wanted to tear because it was my first time.
Another thing that has been very popular over the years is theater. We've done a lot of productions, and the way that has really changed is traditionally we always did the productions at our locations. As Shanice mentioned earlier, Shakespeare tends to be our summer performance. but we've done others. The Quest for Stardom in Space was actually written by a playwriting group and then performed at our locations. But the last performance we did was an adaptation of Alice in Wonderland. And both the rehearsals and the final performance were at the Gibney Theater in Manhattan. And the cast included not only people that ADAPT supported, but professional actors who joined the process. So the people that we worked with did get the experience of working alongside of professional actors and of performing out in the public, and not just at one of our locations. And that was a fantastic experience for everyone.
Absolutely.
Another recently added activity that we have is cooking. For the last couple years, we've been doing, we have a culinary specialist who is a trained chef, and she goes to various programs and has had cooking competitions between the sites, healthy organic cooking, kitchen safety. It's all focused on healthy eating. Currently, one of the things she's doing for the summer is a barbecue series up on the Stillwell campus. So we've had people coming up to the campus and participating in cooking in an outdoor area, and that's been going very well so far.
Another thing that we've had over the years is a commitment to giving back, so volunteering. We've had volunteer opportunities at the food bank of New York, of the city of New York, at Visiting Nurses Services, Jacob Hospital, Part of the Solution, Rain Senior Center, Anderson Valley Senior Center, JASA Senior Center, and God's Love We Deliver.
Another thing that a lot of the people that we work with really enjoy doing is educating people about disabilities. And we've been asked on multiple occasions to go in and give presentations to educate people about disability. One of our longstanding partnerships is with NYU. Every year we have generally around 10 people supported who are consultants in a disability studies course. It's taught by a professor whose brother has a disability and grew up at Willowbrook. And that's another thing that Naomi has been involved with, and we'll let her talk about that in a minute. But with NYU, we've also done classes on public policy and accessibility, where we've done walkthroughs around the campus to show the students firsthand about accessibility. We have helped them make their library more accessible. And just like countless projects with them. But Naomi, why don't you tell them quickly about about what you get out of being involved at NYU?
Me getting involved at NYU, it was like it's experience for me, and to show others, that you could show them your own experience by showing them, your kind of disability, and showing them how you work around to do the stuff you want to do. And when I started NYU, it was my first time. Well, this is my second, if I'm not mistaken, my second year around on NYU, because I was accepted for NYU again. And the experience that I have for NYU, it's like it showed me different things of helping me to get my GED, and it's showing me things that I never have done at NYU, but it showed me things about myself, and to show other individuals that you could so do different things.
And recently this summer, Queens College approached us because they normally have a summer intensive where people who are studying to become teachers in the special education system have classroom placements. That was, of course, impossible this summer. So we worked with them where over the 6-week period, we had other people be consultants with the different sections of teachers. The screenshot there is the final class. The students were able to interact with the people we support, observe them doing virtual activities. The our consultants gave presentations to the classrooms, and the feedback we got was incredibly enthusiastic, and it really made the students' summers meaningful, as opposed to just hearing professors lecture about disability.
So another thing that we do are a lot of local trips. You've heard about a number of trips throughout the presentation, but we've also had trips to do stargazing at the High Line, the KGB Espionage Museum, the Brooklyn Botanical Gardens, which we're actually continuing to do. People are going to the botanical gardens and doing painting in the gardens. During this time, we've had trips to Six Flags, Milnick Apple Picking Festival, the Burke Rehab Wheelchair Games, New York Comic Con, which this year we're going to be doing virtually. We're going to be working on designing masks and having our own virtual Comic Con convention, and the Ability Exchange film screening.
And those are just a few of the trips. We've done countless more that we don't have time to discuss. But another thing that we've done is we've found years ago that many people that we work with have never really experienced a vacation other than going to camp. So we started years ago doing overnight trips. In fact, we've gone to DC, both to Gallaudet University with some of the people who do use sign language and or are deaf, the African American Museum, all of the different monuments. Self-advocates, one of their favorite activities is the annual conference up in Albany. We actually present at an arts conference upstate at Hobart William Smith College. We've done a variety of adaptive sports overnight trips and other art trips, including one that Shanice, when she was an art specialist, led that took place in Baltimore. Mm-hmm. And self-advocacy is another very important outlet. We want the people we support to be able to learn how to advocate for themselves. We do a variety of things in that. We've recently started the LGBTQ and allies groups. We do travel training and accessibility advocacy. Members are part of the self-advocacy of New York State. We've had multiple board members in the past with that organization. Currently, in the times that we live in, we have an election series that airs every week, and the self-advocacy specialists are providing education on all of the different issues leading up to the 2020 elections. And we also have an agency advisory council, which is a monthly meeting where anyone who gets supports from us can attend the meeting and give us feedback, good, not so good, give us ideas of what we might not be doing. And that has always been a monthly meeting, but during these times, we've heard from the advisory council members that they wanted to do it twice a month, so we've been doing it twice a month in recent times.
Right. Additionally, during this time, we've had the opportunity to connect with Eric Adams, the Brooklyn Borough President. We had a town hall with some of our self-advocacy specialists initiated this, Liana, and we had some of our self-advocates meet with the Brooklyn Borough President and really talk to him about their experiences, the challenges that they're facing, and what we hope to see happen for the future of Brooklyn.
Yes, and we have a follow-up meeting planned because the borough president, I think we were happy to see that he really wants to hear from the self-advocates. I can talk all day to him about issues that are facing people with disabilities, but if what really had the impact on him was hearing the stories that our self-advocates had to say.
Absolutely.
All right, and those are just some of our other community partnerships, and we hope that you've enjoyed our presentation. Thank you all for attending. I know there's going to be and opportunities to submit questions based on that. So please feel free to share your questions, and we will definitely provide any answers to questions that you have.
Yeah, thank you.
And thank you again, Naomi, for participating in this. We always want to include the people that we work with, and you did a fantastic job.
Thank you.